Hey awesome friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to tell you about the Hidizs MS3. I'm not sure what MS3 stands for. Maybe metal shell 3 drivers, because this is a single dynamic driver 2 balanced armature set from Hidizs. So just to let you guys know, Hidizs did send this out for me to review. That's all they asked me to do, was just go over the set for you guys and my experience with the set. The only other thing they asked me to tell you guys is that depending when this video comes out, because December's been a little hectic, it's actually going to be on sale. It was supposed to drop down to like $99. I think it's currently at $119 on their website. Maybe the $99 sale is still up somewhere else. I do apologize for not getting this video out sooner. It's been a very difficult month, but I do appreciate you guys, you know, with the continued support. Love you guys. All right, so getting into the MS3, the build is very good. This is just, I guess, every Hidizs set, well, at least so far, every one of their sets that I have tried is built very well. Just feels premium all around. Like at full MSRP was like $170. This thing is built like past that point. Like most $200 or lower sets that I have tried are not built as well as Hidizs builds their sets. You had like the MP145, which is a great set, by the way, was built very well. This set, no different. Very good build. The colors are very nice. It feels and looks very premium. If you handed this to somebody that kind of knew about audio but didn't know a lot about it, they would probably overestimate the price on the set just on the looks and feel alone. And just like their other set, the MP145, there's a lot of good accessories here. You get 3 full sets of ear tips, not 1, not 2, but 3 full sets with a small, medium, and large pair in each set. So that's 9 total pairs of ear tips for you to go ahead and try out on this set. But another cool thing about this set, it has exchangeable nozzles with tuning foam in there. So just like the MP145, you're able to alter the sound signature of this set. And they give you 3 stock options to choose from, but anybody that likes to tinker with their sets, this is easy access. So that's awesome. I love that. Cable, again, very nice, very well built. Cable termination is fixed, so you need to make your choice at checkout. You can get a 3.5mm or a 4.4 balanced connection. And it also comes with a little carrying pouch. It's a nice pouch, similar to the MP145 pouch. It's big enough to hold the IM and the cable and some stuff in there if you want to throw some extra ear tips or even like a dongle or something in there. Depending on the dongle, you'll be able to just carry it all in that pouch. It's not going to give any type of structural support, so any impacts would still hurt the IM, but it'll prevent it from being scratched up or scratching up anything else in the bag or pocket that you throw it into. So for the sound impressions, I'm going to go over 2 of the nozzles, because out of the 3, 2 of them are very close to each other. And then one of them is very different from the other 2. So we're going to basically go over the one that's very different, which is the red nozzle, and then I'll go with the stock nozzle, which was gold. But silver was very similar to gold, so it pretty much applies to both. So the overall sound signature of the MS3 is a V shape. It does have a little bit of a bass roll off, so you don't get as much of the sub bass as other V-shaped sets that I'm used to, but it is slightly recessed mids, high energy in the treble. Unless you switch the nozzles to the red nozzle, it kind of tones the upper mids and the mid treble down a little bit, and it still keeps the air that it has, which makes it sound more expansive, airier. It's actually really nice, and that was my preferred tuning of the 2 options. Well, 3 options, but again, the other 2 are pretty much the same. The bass impact is on the softer side. It's not entirely soft or pillowy. It's just not as clean on the impact. It's still a solid impact, and it was nice. It's actually my preferred. I don't like it when it's too intrusive or rude with the initial impact, and I like it when it's a little bit softer and rounded because it makes it less, you know, intrusive to the rest of the sound signature. And then going into the sub bass, you have minimal rumble. Like, it's very clean, well controlled, but it's pretty low. So on a lot of genres like K-pop or hip hop, where you want more of that rumble presence, you're not getting it here as much. Now for vocals, so male vocals are actually really full, slightly warm because there is a good amount of mid bass presence. So that fills up male vocals very nicely. I actually really enjoyed male vocals on this set. And I guess due to the sub bass roll off, it makes them very clean too, while still keeping that warmth and that fullness. So now going into the mids, a little bit of a recessed mid section here. I wish I had a recessed mid section. Some of those mids are slightly pulled back. It's not too bad because, like I mentioned, the bass isn't too much where it clouds a lot of those mids. It's just they're a little bit pulled back either way. And then this is where the biggest differences are with the nozzle tunings. So when you go into the upper mids, the stock one, so gold, and the silver one, there's a lot of energy there. There's a good amount of gain, and going into the mid treble, it stays there. So a lot of female vocals have a sharp trailing wispiness to them, which I enjoyed, but sometimes the S's sound too sharp and sometimes a little sibilant. Timbre is unnatural like most V-shaped sets, but it is still very fun for those fun genres. Just don't expect authenticity with it since it is a little bit exaggerated. But if you choose to go with the red nozzle, it's a little bit of an anti-shout type of tuning there instead. So you get an upper mid cut and it kind of plateaus and then it goes into the air. So you still get a good amount of air, but female vocals are a little bit better controlled, pulled back, and sound more natural, but they're also not as forward. I did prefer this tuning. It worked very well. The red nozzle was my favorite out of the three. It's just sometimes I still want that intensity, whether it sounds natural or not. I enjoy it. Also, with the red nozzle, it made the soundstage sound a little bit more expansive. Either way, with any of the nozzles, it had good height and it felt airy. And it reminded me a lot of the Yume 2, the way it does its stage presentation. There's a good amount of little air and crispiness with some light details. So it was very nice. All right, so now to compare this set, I actually want to compare it to one of my favorite sets, the Aiko OH10, or the Ohio as we like to call it. This set has a very similar presentation in the upper half of the frequency response. It has that high intensity in the upper mids, but it sounds more refined than the Aiko. The Aiko is just, it was always a little bit coarse, a little bit gritty, I guess, crunchy. So the treble, while it was there and it was emphasized, it wasn't as refined or smooth as the MS3. But Aiko also has more bass than the MS3. So that overall makes it feel a little bit more balanced in the tuning, and it made it a lot easier to, you know, crank it up and get full fun experience in those fun genres like the pops or the hip hops. Overall, MS3 is a pretty good set, especially with it being on sale. Again, you're going to get a lot of good accessories, a great build. It feels like it's going to last forever. Probably be able to hand it down to my grandchildren or something. But it's just lacking a little bit of bass, sub bass. The sub bass I wish was there a little bit more, just to make it a little bit more balanced out. That's why I opt to go with the red nozzle. Tune down the upper mids a little bit, keep the air, and help, you know, tilt the overall signature more to the bass. So at 170 bucks, so full MSRP, this is an easy 2 for my rec rating. Reason is there's a lot of competition, you know, in the sub 200 stuff. There's stuff that does bass better. There's stuff that does, you know, vocals better. But since this set is on sale, it might be worth, you know, picking up if it sounds like something that you might be interested in. I will leave a link in the description if you guys want to go ahead and check it out. It is unaffiliated, but again, there was some sales for this set. I apologize for not getting this video out sooner. I did mention impressions and talked about it a bit on my Discord server. If that's something that you want to be, included in, DM me on Discord and then we can, work out an invite for you guys. The Discord server is kind of small and we keep it that way because I don't have any moderators and I just don't want to make more work for myself. That's the only reason it's not open, but that's something we are going to work on for 2024. So stay tuned. So that's it, guys. Hidizs MS3. Pretty good set. I enjoyed it. I think it's worth checking out if you can get a demo. And again, if it's dropping down to $99, it's hard to not recommend at that price. It is very good for $99. Right now it's $119. I don't know if it's going to go back to full MSRP after the holidays or if it's going to drop back down soon. So keep an eye on it and then decide if you want to pull the trigger. All right. That's it for me, guys. And until next time, you stay awesome, friends. Bye.